Hey everyone, Anthony Fantano here, internet's busiest music nerd, responding and talking about a delicious article posted over here by the good people over at Stereo Gum. Iggy Azalea responds to Halsey calling her a fucking moron. There you go. Shout out to Stereo Gum. I like the website. I think I had beef with one of their writers over a piece that they wrote on Kodak Black. I apologize. I just like to break balls and disagree over the internet. It's what the internet is for, in my opinion. No hard feelings. Love you guys. Enjoy the website. Shout out to Stereo Gum. Hit up Stereo Gum and say, hey, Anthony Fantano, that melon, he likes you. So Iggy Azalea responds to Halsey calling her a fucking moron. Now, a lot of you might be saying, Anthony, why are you talking about this? Iggy Azalea, she is a fucking moron. I get it. I understand. But in my opinion, it's actually Halsey who's kind of in the wrong here. Now, as Stereo Gum reports, and full disclosure here, I've had Twitter beef with Halsey. So, of course, I have to extend that out a little bit here and talk about the fact that she cannot stop putting her foot in her mouth. Halsey, who is openly bisexual, in a recent interview, was asked why she has worked with Quavo of Migos on her latest record, because Migos have been known recently to make some kind of inflammatory comments that are quite homophobic and turned a lot of people off. And Halsey, like a ninja, like the true ninja that she is, she deflects that shit. And she says, hey, you know what? I'm going to bring up another artist that I think people hate more than me, which is actually pretty hard because she is kind of, she's not all there. So of course she's like, Iggy Azalea, like the one example I have knocking around in my head. She says, there's a lot of people I wouldn't put on my record. Iggy Azalea, absolutely not. She had a complete disregard for black culture. Fucking moron. I watched her career dissolve, and it fascinated me. I'm not going to disagree that Iggy Azalea, fell from grace pretty fast because of that, and also she kept putting her foot in her mouth. But maybe there's potential for her to come back if she just kind of like keeps her head down and just makes the hits. If she just keeps her head down, makes the hits, there's a chance to come back. However, Halsey sort of seems to be, and I don't know why she isn't self-aware enough to realize this, sort of locked into this same pattern Iggy Azalea was back when she was sort of in the midst of her last album cycle. Halsey just can't stop saying stupid stuff. And the thing is, when you were last talking about black culture, specifically hip-hop music, specifically Kendrick Lamar, you called the dude urban because, he does all these collaborations with pop artists, and he's not considered a pop artist. Why am I considered a pop artist, and I'm really alternative? Well, one, you make pop music, okay? You make pop music. You don't make alternative music. You're not an alternative to anything. You're an alternative in the same way that Target is an alternative to Walmart, okay? Like, that's how alternative you are. Like, you're not even Hot Topic, okay? Not alternative at all. You make pop music, and you threw a fellow artist under the bus, calling him urban. He's urban, like a radio programmer with a suit and a ponytail from the 90s, okay? You sound like an out-of-touch Tool from the 90s who's never heard a rap record all the way through. I'm obsessed with him. You sound like a Tool, okay? And now you're saying Iggy Azalea has some kind of lack of respect for black culture, and you're out here calling rappers urban and saying that, he does all these collaborations with pop artists. How come he's not considered pop, or blah, 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 blah. Like, it was really a crappy comment that you made. It was really disrespectful. It showed a lot of ignorance toward hip hop, toward black culture. It showed a lot of ignorance toward pop music. And yet you're going to come out here and be like, look at Iggy Azalea. She has so much disrespect, so much disregard for black culture, blah, 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 blah. Like, it's really kind of the pot calling the kettle black at this point, like you're really just kind of projecting here. You're getting mad at Iggy Azalea for what you yourself have done. And listen, honestly, it's not going to be too long. I feel like I'm going to make a bad joke here, but did Iggy Azalea's career dissolving fascinate you? Well, I mean, I hope your own career dissolving fascinates you, because you're going to be front row for that. But listen, you're really deflected here, and it's kind of ugly because Iggy Azalea did not ask to be in your mouth. She didn't ask to be in this interview. She didn't really do anything to you. In fact, it wouldn't even make sense to have her on your record at this point because she's not that relevant at this point. You know, it's so stupid for you to for you to bring her up. It's such a non sequitur there. It's like so obviously you trying to distract from the fact that you have this like bit of cognitive dissonance here where you're like, well, I'll have this artist on my album, even though, you know, it may sort of go against my personal beliefs or what I put out there in the public as my personal beliefs because, you know, I want people to like me or I want people to think I have kind of a quirky, interesting angle to my art and my personality when I really don't and my music is bland. You know, listen, it's kind of messed up what you said. And I think it just kind of highlights what kind of person you are that, again, here, you threw Iggy Azalea under the bus because you were saying some dumb stuff. And then you threw Kendrick Lamar under the bus before that because you were saying some dumb stuff. It seems like every single time you have something ridiculous to say, some artist has to get thrown under the bus. They got to get thrown under the bus. Like, you know, the bus company must be making a killing right now because you have so many people to throw under the bus, you know, and they have to have buses there following you around for when you just have the need to throw someone under the bus. So, you know, good luck with throwing more people under the bus in the future. And, you know, hopefully your career is still around next year. Hopefully people still care about your music next year. Hopefully Tumblr is still interested in your music next year. And, I don't know. Good luck with all the bus throwing. Blah, blah.